Assalamu alaikum, how are you all? So let's begin a walkthrough of an English language O-level paper. This is the October-November 2021 examination, and the course code is 1123, as you can see over here. So let's begin. All right, so we'll be doing paper 1 today, which is the writing paper. All right, and first note the time. It is a 1 hour 30-minute paper. This is the instruction page. The format is a little bit askew because I converted it from a PDF into a Word document. So just ignore that. Let's move on. Okay, so you're going to answer 2 questions in total. Section 1 does not have a choice. You only get 1 directed writing and you have to answer it. Section 2 has a choice. You can answer 1 essay out of a number of essays that you get. Okay, the total marks for the paper is 60 and all questions are worth equal marks. That means that both the questions are for 30 marks. Let's move on. Okay, so in directed writing, during the preparation phase, you'll be preparing for a number of directed writings, but you'll only get 1. You should have done 3 kinds of letters: friendly, business, and a letter to the editor. You should have done 3 kinds of reports: a news report, incident report, and a report to the principal. Of course, each kind has a different format and tone and style, etc. You would have prepared for a speech, an article, and an account. So these are the total number of options that you should prepare for directed writing, but you'll only get 1. Your word count is 200 to 300 words, and like I said, the marks are 30. So the marks are divided into 15 plus 15. 15 marks for task instructions and 15 marks for language. Let's look into this a little bit. Task fulfillment or task instructions means that have you met the demands of the question? Have you answered what the question wants you to answer, right? Have you answered all the parts of the question and so on? And a complete 15 marker is reserved for that. 15 marks for language doesn't mean just the language used. It doesn't mean just the lexical resource. Basically, it means the English language. So have you met the grammatical structure? Have you met the sentence structure? Have you managed the paragraphing and the punctuation? All of that comes under these 15 marks. Okay? So let's look at the question now. And when you look at the question, please underline keywords. That is important. That is imperative. So recently your school held a careers day, right? When people from a wide range of jobs gave information and advice about their work to students. So it's kind of like people coming in, talking about their job, talking about their careers, and students obviously taking notes on what those dynamics are. Your principal asks you to write a report about how helpful you and other students thought the careers day was. So you have to write a report. Immediately, it should click that this is a report to the principal. Okay? Write your report. You must include the following: the positive aspects of the day for you and the other students, how the day could be improved for next time, what decisions you have made about your future as a result of the careers day, and why. So there are quite a number of things. Now these bullets are like a plan, and basically students should pick on these bullets and structure their answer accordingly, one after the other in a different paragraph and so on, right? So a report to the principal has a very simple format. Let me open up another Word document over here and show you how you'll structure this answer. Okay, so you've got your page in front of you, and obviously your work will be handwritten, not typed. So you start from the margin, write the date, whatever the date is of the day that you wrote the report. Then write down, okay, let's just go back to the paper. The paper probably said start your report. Let's complete the reading. So cover all 3 points in detail. You should make your report informative and persuasive. Start your report to the principal, right? Remember to give your name and a date. So let's go back. So you'll start to the principal, the name of the school, Academia UK, and then dear principal, You can also write down your principal's name, dear Mrs. Khan or dear Miss whatever, but dear principal is a standard, way to start. So what will the first paragraph hold? So the first paragraph will obviously introduce the topic. And what is the topic? The career day, right? So introduce the topic. Let's go back to the topic. So, dear principal, as you know, on 10th April or 15th April, our school organized a careers day where people from a range of jobs and different careers came to our school to talk about their jobs and their career choices and to share their advice with the students. Now, as a student, I felt it was really important for the outgoing batch to sit for this, this presentation. And as a student of the outgoing batch of the O-level outgoing batch, I would like to share my opinion on this, on this day, right? So that introduces the topic, right? Then you come down to the next paragraph. Obviously, I'm not going to write all of that. I don't have that much time in this video. Then you're going to come down to the second paragraph. The second paragraph will cover the first bullet, right? The positive aspects of this career day, right? So you're going to cover all of the positive aspects of this career day. What the students felt, how important it was to them, how much they got out of it, how much they learned learned from it, what did they get out of it, and so on, right? Then the next paragraph will be the third paragraph will be the negative aspects, right? Like the question suggests. So, second bullet. Okay? So then you can cover the next bullet, and which is the negative aspects of career day, right? How can it be improved for next time? Then in the last paragraph, what decisions you have made. So the concluding paragraph will be the last bullet, right? Concluding paragraph will be the last bullet. Last bullet plus any details you want to add yourself, right? Okay, so what decisions you have made about your future as a result of the career day and why, right? And then you close with your whatever you felt. So it should be informative, it should be persuasive, right? And then you'll have a final closing to this report. And what will that be? Yours sincerely and your full name, your class, and that's it, right? And all of this has to be how many words? 200 to 300. You are aiming for the upper limit, you're not aiming for the lower limit, you're aiming for the upper limit, the 300 limit, all right? So this is how you deal with directed writing. Now, you don't get a choice in directed writing, you will just get one question and you have to answer it. And this format that I shared with you is only the format for the principal's report. I'm going to share another guide with you in another video where I'm covering all kinds of formats. So that will help you a lot as well. All right, so let's move on. So after you're done with directed writing, you will move on to the essay, right? Now the essay is also going to be for, the essay is also going to be for 30 marks, right? Begin your answer on a new page. Write on one of the following topics, only one, right? At the beginning of the composition, put the number of the question. Please don't forget to do that. Students forget to write the question number, and then the examiner is wondering what is the answer or what is the essay all about, right? So always number, and which number? the number that is given here. All right, not one, not 1, 2, 3, and so on, right? Whatever number is given over here. 350 to 500 words. Again, you are aiming for the upper limit and not the lower limit. You're trying to write more than 350 words and within 500 words, right? Okay, so let's look at our topics. So you have questions 2 to 6. You have 3 genres. You have descriptive, you have argumentative, and you have narrative, right? So this is the choice that you have, and you will be answering one out of all of these. Now, personally, I feel that descriptive is hard to do because I don't think students can write up to 500 words in a descriptive essay. It's really a personal choice. If you think you can, go ahead. But I personally think it's too hard. So what is the question? Describe the different views you have from 2 of the windows in your house which face in different directions. Remember, you can describe the atmosphere of what you see and any people you usually see there, as well as the views themselves. So I mean, just think about it. I don't know whether you can write 500 words up to, for all of this, fine. If you can, good enough. If you can't, don't do this. For descriptive writing, use your 5 senses, all right? Have lots of visual, auditory, details of touch, taste, smell, as much as you can, even metaphoric, aspects. Also how you feel. So lots of description, lots of vivid language, lots of adjectives and adverbs, use all your sensory details, make your descriptions come to life. Your reader has to, there has to be an image that, a three-dimensional image that comes, before the reader's eye, and he or she can actually visualize and hear and feel everything that you're describing, right? Plus, it has to be structured properly, obviously. I'm also going to do another video. I'm going to have to do these videos really fast because your exam's around the corner. I'm also going to do another video on how to open your essays, how to hook your reader. All right? So obviously your opening has to be pretty dramatic and so on and so forth. Okay, so go for it if you think you're good at it. Let's move on to argumentative. Now, argumentative has a very different structure. Again, I'm going to use another video to do this completely, and we'll talk about the structure there in more detail. But argumentative has to have substantial content. You can't just take a point and just roll it around in different ways and present a 500-word essay. Your structure has to be very solid. You have to have a good introduction, a thesis statement, and then point after point has to be explained in a very concrete manner. So only take up argumentative if you think you can handle the content. So having more freedom also means having more responsibilities. Do you agree? Give reasons and examples to support your view. All right, so it has to be based on reasoning. Next one is social media brings as many problems as benefits. How far do you think this is true? Give reasons and examples, right? Okay, narrative is something that students like to go for because they think they write stories really well, and they probably do. You probably do write stories really well. So when it comes to narrative, use the narrative arc. I'm going to do another video on that, so that I got 2 or 3 videos are lined up already. Use the narrative arc to help you, which we're going to discuss in that video. And also you have to be super creative. Don't have too many characters because that will only complicate your essay and you'll be exceeding the word count, eating up the time. You might not complete the paper on time and your writing will be affected. So just have just 1 or 2 characters and develop your story on that. And a good opening, a good closing, and so on and so forth, right? So why not? I mean, narrative writing can be pretty interesting for examiners to read as well. Okay, so in a nutshell, I broke down paper 1 for you, right? We still have to look at the dynamics of directed writing and essay writing, but I hope this video helps just to start you off in your preparation for your O-level examination. Good luck with all your papers. I hope you all do well. All right, take care.